to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
I'll tell you what we get right. We got this Donald Trump thing right from the tippy top.
And I don't know if we knew exactly what the ending would be, but we knew it would be something.
We didn't know.
Something like this, like in this vicinity. No.
Listen, I know. I anticipated chaos because it was chaos the entire time he was running for president. Yo, y'all remember what those rallies used to be like?
Oh, you mean when he was saying when they were encouraging people to beat up the protesters at his rally?
Yes.
Remember when Juanito went to his rally out here?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This was early.
We can't forget this has been violent the entire time. And that's the real reason why watching these politicians now act like they didn't know this was going to happen. You knew this was going to happen. Yo, Jamel Hill put up a great piece, her show with Carrie Champion. She put up a piece the other day. Let me find it on the gram and get the audio in because I think she curses in it a few times. She breaks it down. She breaks it diggy down.
On what level?
And does it in but just everything I'm just saying right now about the things that were ignored leading into where we are now. The fact that none of the violence, none of the white nationalism, none of the racist behavior, none of the violence on Twitter, the fact that his followers, his fans were violent. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, 100%.
All of it was ignored, and you know why it was ignored? Because it was white people. It was ignored because it was white people.
Right.
If it would have been any group. Matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. It was ignored because it was white men. Because if white women had banded together and started talking crazy, people would have took them serious. It was white people, fam. And now we're here. Because you didn't take it serious. You didn't take the threat serious. Yo, they say the NYPD. The NYPD called DC and said that they heard about plans happening.
Everyone knew. Everyone in DC was aware of what was happening. My dad was counting down. Here we go. January 6th. It's going down. They knew. They absolutely knew. And then, of course, Trump wouldn't send in the National Guard. So they had to ask Maryland to send police, and D.C. to send police, Virginia to send police.
And you believe now he's going to prison?
Rosenberg thinks now more than ever the odds are in that favor. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just here to remind y'all, if he does not go to prison, America forever won't be able to fix this problem.
They're not even sending the people who stormed the Capitol to prison.
Sean,
those are easy violators that can easily be put to prison.
But hold on, let's not put out misinformation.
They're
getting arrested more and more.
And what? Getting slapped in the wrist with a misdemeanor? Like,
it depends on the level of what they did. It depends on the level of what they did.
They can catch the ones who beat the cop to death, maybe. But the people who protested or who just stormed the building, they should be going to prison.
No, that guy who sat at Nancy Pelosi's desk is going to go to jail.
You know this.
Shawnee, how could I know this? I don't have a crystal ball. But no, they went in his house. They went to his home and got him. When he got home, they were in his house. I understand what you're saying, and you have every right, based on the history of this country, to cast doubt. But you're also casting it as fact, and that's not fact. And we've never seen this before, so we may see a different movie.
Evidence suggests Shawnee might be right.
Right,
I get it.
All I'm here to say, I don't even want to argue about that. I don't even want to argue about that because that's not my point. Is this? Y'all can argue about all of that minutia if you want. The big headline is, if you do not put Donald Trump in jail, the flag with his name on it that they carry so proudly will fly right next to that "Don't Tread on Me" flag, which will be right next to the 13 colonies flag, or whatever that flag is with the circle on it. The old American flag that they love waving. All them flags go together. Yo, your man Trump got a flag, bro. He's legend now. His name carries more weight now after the white supremacist, white domestic terrorist temper tantrum on Wednesday than it did before.
I agree with you. That's a good point.
He has a movement now. These people have sworn allegiance to him. Yo, you know there's reports that Donald Trump is throwing a tantrum and he's all upset. You know, he's been blocked on all his social media. He called Mike Pence a wussy. like he's talking tough. Right. Like with the P word.
Oh, that's what people are saying was said?
Yes, there's people on the inside that say he called Mike Pence a wussy. You're a wussy. You're soft, dude. Like he going that hard. Yo, fam. And they talking greasy. They talking greasy online. They got their weapons. They ready to rock, B.
It's crazy.
And I want to see it.
You want to see it?
I don't want to see it. I'm good.
Well, you know why I keep saying I want to see it? Because nobody's doing nothing about it. They're not taking it serious.
Right.
So what's the other option? The people, all they going to do, what are they going to do? They better take this serious.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And they not. They should we impeach him again? Yo, fam, he don't need your political office. They're like, well, then he can't run for political office again. He don't need it.
He don't care.
But that part is important, no?
No, it's important. Do it. You should do it. Do it. But it doesn't stop him from raising money. It doesn't stop him from, wait for it. What's the first city that's going to put up the first Trump library and start naming roads after him? That's coming. Hey. Schools in these towns where they really rock with him. They're going to be putting up Trump schools, fam.
Sweet irony.
They're going to be teaching this movement of white nationalism and white supremacist behavior. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's why he's not going anywhere. All they want to do is silence him, move forward, get Biden and Kamala in.
That's what they want.
Keep him quiet, and we can.
And that's what they want to do, Shauna. You're right. That is what they want to do.
There will be no.
I'm just making sure that on this program, with our family and friends listening, we know what's going on out here, and we're clear on what we need to be prepared for.
Well, and so we have a very basic breakdown that we often have on this show. Privileged white Peter says, "I believe there'll be consequences." And everyone else is like, nah, fam. And I'm like, come on, please. My hopeless optimism, even when this happens, that like, no, this time we're going to get it right.
Right. Which was my basic point of even the people on the ground who stormed the Capitol didn't even get severe consequence. So
no, but I'm
just
saying,
see it going up the ladder
I get it.
That much.
And you're probably right. Listen, history says you're going to be right. I'm just saying I have seen these people starting to get nabbed everywhere. Let's see what happens. Because you're right. That will send a major message.
Based on the laws that are on the books, you broke a window somewhere on a federal building. You don't have priors. I mean, what's really going to happen to you?
I don't know. At the Capitol? On a building that?
Now, the guy that brought bombs in a truck from Alabama, he going to get some serious consequences. People that had, loaded weapons or harmed an officer, there's going to be some serious consequences there. But, you just showed up and walked through the doors with a crowd of other people. It's not going to be that deep. But that's my point. My point is there are individuals, and a specific individual, Donald Trump, that emboldened these individuals. use the power of his job as president, use that office, that title, to create chaos and violence. Okay? If you do not prosecute that person, why would this ever stop?
I agree with you 100%.
Why would this ever stop? Because there's precedent now.
Yeah,
So
you can do
if
it.
somebody else comes along and does it, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Serve out your term and leave and live happily ever after. So why not go for it? You're 100%. The only thing that makes sense is that he goes to jail.
And I haven't even seen any information or news outlets really pushing the fact that the protesters are being arrested so that they can show that we're making an example of them. I'm seeing it on social media from video cameras of regular people.
No, I saw it on I saw it on MSNBC and CNN.
I just Googled it, and on CNN it says DC police made far more arrests at the height of Black Lives Matter protests than during the Capitol.
Well, I saw it on the channel. I saw it on the TV. I don't know what they put on the website. I saw it they played the clip of them arresting the West Virginia guy and his mom walking up to the camera. His grandmother. You know, and then they're playing the clips of these no-fly lists of these people that through the white domestic terrorist temper tantrum at the Capitol getting kicked off flights. I seen that. So they're showing that.
But there's other things to watch right now, Shawnee. That's the thing also. People are worried about what's going to happen next.
The inauguration is the 20th, no?
Yeah.
Which Trump is not going to.
Shawnee said,
That's that old black mama.
Yeah, Donald Trump announced he's not going to the inauguration, once again showing he don't give a F about you. And by about you, I mean the office, respect for the office, decorum, which is why his fans love him. He middle finger to the media, middle finger to everybody.
Law.
People love that.
He cursed loud and proud in his speech last Wednesday.
Did he?
He just screamed the word bullish. No one even made a note of it. That's how crazy things have gotten. No one even knew till I said it right now.
I never even heard it.
Trump said that
in the middle of his speech on Wednesday in D.C., he goes, we were winning the election, we're winning, and then all of a sudden this bullish happens.
Wow.
And he didn't say ish. I have to edit it on the radio on Hot 97. He screamed it.
I kind of like that.
See? You see?
See?
People love the outlaw.
Yo,
People
he's
love
a
the
rebel.
outlaw.
Tupac to America.
And America loves the outlaw. Culturally, we love the outlaw.
That is it.
Yeah,
He is a gangster.
he's gangster.
They love it.
He's not gangster. He's a gangster. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. He's not gangster. He's a gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Gangster.
Tupac was gangster. Snoop Dogg's gangster. There are people who have a swag about them that are This guy's a gangster. He's a thug. He doesn't pay people. He bullies people. Did you hear the phone call with the Secretary of State? These are, Ebro, we may not like these guys, right? They voted for Trump. They're Republican lawmakers in Georgia. They're just guys doing their job, though. He called them and threatened them on a phone call that we've all heard. Yo, it sounds like what you're doing could have really bad consequences. This is a gangster.
Yo, and he's still not going to jail. You know why? And you know why he's not going to jail? Back to American exceptionalism. America does not have the balls and the ability to be honest enough with ourselves to jail the former highest executive in the land.
Exactly.
We don't have the balls to say, yo, our democracy failed and we hired a criminal. We do not have it in us to do it. Even when Andrew Yang was on this program, remember? Andrew Yang was up here. You can go look at the convo. That was one of the things that irritated me about Andrew Yang, and I really like him. But he was like, we're not a developing nation. This isn't a banana republic. We don't jail we impeach him, but I don't believe he should be. And I was like, that's the problem. The problem is you think you better than everybody else, and clearly you're not.
No.
And so that gets in the way of us really having a come to Jesus.
Right. So how do you get the payoff of thinking that we're going to get that satisfaction?
Right.
I don't believe that's going to happen. And mainly because of what you just said. I don't think they have the balls. They're not going to do that.
And because of that, it may not be next time. It may not be when I'm 70 years old. Mm-hmm. But if you do not jail Donald Trump, this will happen again and again and again and again.
Which part?
Every part.
Every part.
Happening.
All of it.
Another leader that is a criminal.
All of it. Because what's the if I got a good lawyer and I got money, you didn't jail the other dude that did it.
Right.
You can't do nothing to me. Or they're going to have to pass some new laws, or they're going to, et cetera, et cetera. They're going to have to do something. Mm-hmm. But still, Trump wins.
Yep.
He goes down as a legend.
Here we go.
His T-shirts and hats is legend.
Trump
His
straight.
Flags is legend.
What?
And y'all let it
ever do it.
And y'all,
the best to ever do it.
Yo, top 5 to ever do it.
What, from a merch standpoint?
Merch, yeah,
From
merch
every
game.
standpoint, bro.
Yeah.
Not every standpoint.
You know what I mean? Not in a
every
positive
standpoint.
way, not in a, but it's legendary. This will go down for generations. People will study this.
Mm-hmm. Yo,
Good
and
and
the
bad.
fact we should have seen all we needed to know when we saw that millions and millions of people were excited to wear a hat that just aesthetically looks that trash.
You should have known.
That's the worst
The
font,
font
ever
was
on a
bad.
hat.
The font was bad. The letter spacing is bad.
It's the message, though.
Yo, I'm gonna
Right,
start.
it's
Yo,
the principle of what it means.
I'm gonna start thinking about Kanye and get upset again.